This is Global Tel-Link. You have a prepaid call from...
Free again? I don't know as well.
An inmate at the Salinas Valley State Prison, Fulbad, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hello.
Hey, Free.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're able and willing, we can try a second song. I may stumble on this one. Out of my, once I got to dealing with like 700 or 800 of my own songs, I can't keep up with the lyrics, and I don't have a lyric sheet in front of me. So if I stumble on the lyrics, it'll make me stumble on my guitar playing too. But we'll give it a try if you're willing.
You bet. You bet. You're coming through loud and clear, Free.
Okay, it's a more mellow song, so it's going to be a softer tone of my singing and guitar playing, and we'll just do the best we can. We probably don't need to do a test take on this one, right? No,
you're coming through loud and clear right now.
Okay, let me. I want to give credit to my man here, Adrian Nuck. How do you say it? Adrian Winnock. He's our man holding the phone, so we'll give him credit, like in the film.
Yeah.
When you see a TV film, they get the credits rolling, so I'm going to give him credit for that.
Okay, he's the boom operator.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hand him the phone, and then we'll be on. Okay, this is called I Never Want to See Another Mother Cry, and it's subtitled Fly Away. I never want to see this life world, baby. Never want to see another mother cry. I want to see a day with children play like the angel back when. Never want to see another baby die. Fly away from the old-dying world. Fly away to another space, another time. Die away in your decades and pattern when it's free. Was it all a waste, the ultimate crime? Look into your eyes and I see hope, made you return. I reach into your soul and I'm alive. If anything can heal the anguish, pain, and pain of wretchedness, it's love, the only thing that may survive. Fly away from the old-dying world. Fly away to another time and outer space. Die away in decades and pattern when it's straight. What has come to take its place? Something in my heart way deep inside, like where the world began. It reaches out to go deep in you. It longs to see itself in someone else's soul again. That spirit that I am seeking to break through. If anything can heal the mess we've made of this massive home we're on, could just sever people from the flame. If true salvation comes, it won't be through man's blazing guns. The loss of all is all that man's way gains. Fly away from this old-dying world. Fly away to another time, another space. Die away in your decades and pattern when it's straight. What has come to take its place? Never want to see this dying world fade to. Never want to see another mother cry. Never want to see another baby die. Is love the only thing that may survive? Fly away.
Hey, that was good, man. That was good. I loved it.
Anyway,
I loved it.
Just keep plowing through anyway.
Hey, if people want to hear these songs, if you're ever talking to anybody in the future or writing letters, they're going to be on your website on Year of Jubilee. And I guess this one is called Never Want to See Another Mother Cry by Free Lazor. So it'll be on the website. They can actually go to the website and click on it, and they'll hear you sing it.
And it's subtitled Fly Away, so I often just go by the shorter title because it's just easier for people to remember and relate to.
Okay.
So we can also use that as a subtitle, even though it's a subtitle. And
Well,
I made two major mistakes, but I'm just going to leave it like that, and it'll be all right.
Well, let me ask you. When I put it up on YouTube and Facebook, what title do you want me to use? Because I probably can only have room for one.
Oh, okay. Because the way I have it written on my lyric sheet, if you see it, it says, "Never want to see another mother cry," and then right under it, in parentheses, it says "Fly away."
Okay, okay,
do it like that,
okay. If that fits, I'll use that. It might fit. But well, you know what I do after that? I'll put "Never want to see another mother cry" in parentheses, "Fly away," and I put "by Free Lazor" recorded over a prison phone, so people know the context.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Great.
So. Yeah, and if you can't fit it, just put "Never want to see another mother cry," and if that's too long, just put "Fly away."
Got it. Okay.
That would be the first preference. All right, because that's the actual title.
Okay.
So I can put the guitar away, and we can talk about other things if you have some other issues, or if I have some other issues here.
Okay.
Any progress being made on any fronts with? I know you're trying to do a whole lot of things for me. And appreciate them all.
Well, I saw some. I saw some emails from Ken Masad. Have you talked to him recently?
I think the last letter I got from him was probably about a week ago or 5 days ago at the.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
5 days ago at the least, so 5 to 7 or 8 days ago, yeah. And I think I talked to him on the phone once about 5 days ago, probably once in the last week and a half. So I haven't forgotten. They're on my list, and my list keeps getting buried. And every day I've got like an influx of at least 15 new things that I have to fish out which ones are got to be the top priority. I'm talking about high priority things, about that many a day. I know that sounds unbelievable to most people out there, but prison creates a lot of that kind of obstacles and interferences with everything, and on top of that, just so many things I've got going to try to get my freedom, and then on top of that, I'm just so creative that I have things like my music and, a few other things. I'm trying to have a little tiny stitch of life in the midst of all this death, which is what prison is. So with all of that, all of the stuff that's top priority tends to get buried every day, and I spend a lot of time unburying it that I wish I could just spend doing it. But it's unbelievable to put that much stuff in a prison cell, and try to keep some kind of handle on actually being able to function and work with it. So that's the struggle I'm going through now. But I haven't forgotten things like the speaking and letter I want to do to my classmates, and I'm doing media letter, so we can have everybody that's willing to put out a letter with the guidelines that I'm going to send to Ken Masad. He's going to put it out on sort of like an email tree. We should approach this governor from hundreds of people. We should have hundreds of people writing him about my situation, because it is totally unique in California history and in U.S. history, actually. And that's a big chunk.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So those are a couple of my biggest projects I'm trying to get done, and I'm trying to get done some motions for the court to have my case, either go up into the next court or have them appoint counsel for me so that I can have my hands free of trying to do this next habeas corpus petition in the next court. And I'm trying to challenge my last parole hearing and try to get what's called an advanced hearing for the parole board to reset my next parole hearing date sooner than 5 years from last November. So all those things are maybe 20 to 30% of the highest priority things I'm trying to work on for my freedom.
Well, I know that Ken Massat was communicating with American Free Press. Have they done any follow-up with you?
Well, interesting that you asked that, because the Free Press article you're aware of, but I think it was about 3 issues after that, they published a letter from a really dear friend of mine who's like a sister to me, a Christian woman in Montana. She put Mrs. Sam Cragen, and they left off the Mrs., so it looks like it was a letter from Sam Cragen, but it was actually from my dear friend who is his wife, Mary Jo. So anyway, they published that, which was really good because it gave people a more objective view from somebody that's gotten to know me well over the last, I think it's been 8 or 10 years. We've been corresponding, and she visited once during that time. It might have been longer than that. But it gives somebody else a point of view so they don't, think that all of this information is just coming from me or from Ken Massat.
Right. So I know that he was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I couldn't hear what you said.
I was just saying that I knew that Ken Massat was communicating with American Free Press, and that looked like a really good sign. They had also had some conversations about writing to 60 Minutes with CBS, I believe.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about a media letter that we want to get hundreds of people, if we can, to write 60 Minutes 2020 Dateline. Dr. Oz is actually the greatest, foremost expositor right now of crime stuff, including innocent prisoners. Dr. Oz is not about doctor stuff in medicine anymore. Some of it is, but really that's taken a back seat to all kind of social issues. He does just about everything, a total potpourri of different things, and one of the things he does that's real prominent is he has Crime Tuesdays and Crime Thursdays. So every Tuesday and Thursday, he devotes at least a half hour, if not the full hour of his show, to crime stuff. And a lot of it's the sensational stuff that's in the news, like the parents that tortured their children, their 13 children or whatever it was, for years and years, and starved them and chained them to bed and stuff. He does a lot of that, but he also does a lot of other stuff. The very first crime show, as I saw, was about an innocent prisoner that was on the show with him who had done 20-some years in a state prison in another state, and then been found that he was innocent. So Dr. Oz is a big one, but actually Ken is waiting on me to get some kind of a form letter guideline set up to where this and this and this and this and this are things I think we should cover in a letter to all of these different news agencies. So, and I think what most people don't understand is, and as much as Gail helped me so much for so many years, and sacrificed and dedicated herself so thoroughly, is that it takes persistence. A lot of people will put out one attempt or 2 attempts and think, oh, geez, I've exhausted this. They said no, or they didn't respond. That's not even getting close. It takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of letters from dozens of people to these media sources, because understand that there are now thousands of us competing for their airtime, or in the case of newspapers and things, for their press time. And so we have to just persist and persist and persist until somebody in one of those places says, yeah, I'm going to look into this. So that's the reason why I'm trying to get hundreds of people together to do hundreds of...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
The key is going to be for each person to say, okay, I'm going to devote like 15 minutes or half hour of my time every week or two to this cause. It's not much. So, okay, I got less than a minute. So that, where was I? I just got interrupted. Yeah, so that they can just take that same form letter, redate it, maybe change a word or two or whatever, maybe not, and just send it again.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
just a few seconds to do that by email or even by mail in an envelope. So that's my goal in terms of that. Ken's waiting on me to get that letter done.
You know, you told us about legal. You told us about legal abuse syndrome, and another prisoner brought that up in a conversation. So now that you've brought this to my attention, I'm starting to recognize that phrase a lot more. Legal abuse syndrome.
I really need data off the. There's data on the internet about it. If you